Hello and welcome everybody to today's edition of Mexico News Network's Breaking News Business. I'm your host, Elliot Bullman. Remember to follow us on all our social networks and to catch us every day by logging onto our website, mexiconewsnetwork.com, for relevant stories and news. Let's start with today's show. Mexico and the European Union's 28-nation bloc are holding a third round of negotiations this week to upgrade an existing accord dating back to 2000 that principally just cut tariffs on industrial goods. Juan Carlos Baker, Deputy Minister for Foreign Trade, said that right now there's no other trade issue more important for Mexico than this one. Now, with the United States and European Union trade talks also frozen, the European Union has turned its focus to sealing deals with three other partners: Japan, Mercosur, and Mexico. Brussels is particularly keen on scoring successes on the trade front to show it's moving on from Britain's exit from the bloc and to prove it's a champion of free trade. Most free trade agreements take years, but the European Union and Mexico already have an existing free trade agreement since 2000, with a number of products already tariff-free. Baker says he's optimistic that a deal could be struck this year. The European Union is Mexico's third largest trading partner after the United States and China. Moving on. Faced with the prospect of Donald Trump's protectionist policies, French businesses want to place their companies in Mexico, according to representatives of the European country. Frédéric Rossi, Deputy Managing Director of Business France, the agency that helps to promote and facilitate international expansion of French companies, emphasized that the current situation could allow Mexico and France to reinforce their collaboration. The manager considered that Mexico should also seize the opportunity to open up to global markets and not be so dependent on the United States economy. For French companies, the Mexican market continues to have an important attraction, he emphasized. Business France considers that French banks and the retail area are still underrepresented in Mexico. Rossi said that another focal point is the energy sector, with large oil groups like Total, and in renewable energy, where French supply is important. According to Business France data, 3 Mexican firms operate in French territory: Cemex, Sigma Alimentos, and Mexichem, employing around 4,000 people. Meanwhile, France has 500 companies operating in Mexico, which employs more than 120,000 people. In other news, according to research obtained from the Interactive Advertising Bureau, the number of people who made a purchase online in Mexico last year grew from 37% to 66% out of the country's 71.5 million internet users. This increase was motivated for the most part by special offers, as well as the speed and practicality of electronic commerce. In its analysis, the IAB emphasized that growth was spurred by the increase in variety of methods of payment that have helped to facilitate internet purchases in Mexico. This is reflected by the strong increase in the use of PayPal for online transactions, surpassing for the first time debit and credit cards as a form of payment. Among the purchases or payments they made, banking, clothing, and payment for services stood out, which also reflects a greater accessibility of products and services. Entertainment continues to be key for Mexican internet users, and that's why 75% have contracted some paid entertainment system over the internet. In fact, 59% stated that they have access to Netflix, and with the possibility of choosing when they watch their favorite shows, 48% subscribe to TV on demand. And finally, let's check the markets. The Mexican peso decreased 0.2% to 18.77 from 18.8 in the previous trading session. IPC Mexico decreased 0.27% to 49,208 from 49,343 in the previous trading session. This was all for today. Thank you for staying with us. I'm your host, Elliot Bullman. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, and log on to mexiconewsnetwork.com for more information on Mexico and the world. Until next time.